which devices will work after an EMP event for our survival, an electromagnetic pulse, or EMP for short, is one of the most devastating scenarios with disproportionate effects. After an EMP event, many of the devices, tools, and vehicles will be useless. It's not only EMP but also a solar flare. But there are also those that are not affected by such an event, and we'll need to know them in order to be better prepared. An electromagnetic pulse can be caused by a high-altitude nuclear explosion or the deployment of a specially designed EMP generator. This type of disaster can plunge society back into the pre-industrial era by destroying electrical grids and any technology that works with electronic circuits. However, there are also some devices that are highly resistant to an EMP attack, and it's good to know which ones they are. Number one is solar panels. The solar panels themselves are not directly vulnerable to the effects of EMP, but we need to make sure they are not connected to a power grid during the explosion itself. More vulnerable are the electronic circuits that make up the solar charging and energy storage system, especially the small portable solar panels that we can have in our backpack. They're completely safe. Number two are batteries. The batteries we use regularly will survive an EMP if they are not in a charging base connected to the mains. A battery's casing itself acts as a Faraday cage that helps protect the electrolyte through the effects of an EMP. If the terminals are not connected to the network, our battery is not at risk. And number three, flashlights and lanterns. After an EMP attack, we can still use our flashlight normally, regardless of whether it has batteries in it or not. Old oil lamps or gas lanterns are sure not to be affected in the least. Lenses with older incandescent bulbs are said to last longer than LED ones. Number four, mechanical watches and timers. Watches that do not use an electronic mechanism for their operation are not at risk. Whether they have a hand-wound spring or hand-wound mechanism, they are not affected by an EMP. Number five, power tools. Even battery-powered tools will still work as long as they are not plugged directly into the mains when the EMP occurs. The overvoltage caused in the network is capable of burning any device or electronic circuit that is connected at that moment. However, those that are stored in their box and do not have an electronic processor, such as a simple drill or a drill, do not need it. Number six, of course, all manual tools such as saws, screwdrivers, hammers, agricultural tools cannot be affected by an electromagnetic pulse, and it's good to have such tools in our toolbox, and not all of them are electric. These are in general maybe of older technology, however, they show a greater resistance over time. Number seven is compass. A traditional magnetic compass may be temporarily affected by an EMP, but will return to normal operations afterwards. Even an extremely powerful EMP is usually not a continuous bombardment of electronic energy, so it will not permanently interfere with the polarity of the Earth's magnetic field that a compass needs for proper orientation. And this I've translated for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.